What I want you all to know about this calculator in particular is I want you to share it widely. I want you to share it with as many people as possible because one of the reasons why I created this calculator, y'all, is I have had an experience where I have undercharged for years. Peace, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, we are talking about the launch of the Speaking for Profit fee calculator, and I am so excited to reveal this great tool with you all. I've been utilizing this tool in Speaking for Profit Academy for probably like the last few months, and several of my clients have utilized it, said it has been really helpful, and I'm hoping that it's something that is going to help you as you continue to grow your business, grow your impact, and continue to speak for profit, right? So this calculator that we're going to talk about today, I'm just going to show you how to use it and then give you access so you can play with it. Is all about being able to really establish your cost as a speaker, like how much should you be charging out in the world, and making sure that you are not being undercut or that you're not thinking about other things as far as your accommodations, as far as your emotional labor. So I'm really looking forward to breaking that down for you, showing you how to use it, and then giving it to you because now it's going to be open to the public and give you an opportunity to think about different things in regards to your emotional labor and how much you should charge for different speaking and consulting opportunities. So if you're listening right now, just put hashtag live in the comments. If you're listening in the near and dear future, put hashtag replay. And shouts out to all my folks who are watching me for the first time, probably going live on Instagram. I'm trying to do this on StreamYard, so it's my first time doing it, but I'm excited to share and to share with more people. So let's look at what we had going on for this week, and then we'll go a little bit into the calendar. Okay, cool. So I see Miss Jai is here. Congrats. Thanks for being here. All right. And then we got Michaela here as well. So I want to just share with y'all a little bit about what Speaking for Profit did this week, and then we'll get into the calculator. This week, we actually dropped a new podcast episode, and let me bring it up. This week's podcast episode was all about tips on how to assemble a team to elevate your business to six figures. So I had a great opportunity, y'all, to take a trip to Brazil, right? Bahia, Brazil, with some amazing individuals. And what was really great about this opportunity is when I was in Brazil, my team held me down and held down my business so I could take a break. So if you're a business owner, whether you're a speaker or a consultant, and you're interested in processes and thoughts around hiring your first team members, how to elevate, how to scale, how to do it with integrity, this is going to be a podcast episode for you. And you could just find it on YouTube. If you go to Speaking for Profit in YouTube, you will find this amazing podcast episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And for everyone who's watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for being a person who is consistent. We drop new podcast episodes every Monday talking about various topics that will help you to continue to monetize your message and your expertise. So I just wanted to share that with y'all so that y'all had an understanding of what we dropped this week and how to get access to that. So let's get into the fee calculator, right? This is something that we put together to give you all an opportunity to really think about how you should be charging. So I want to go on and share that with you. So this is the Speaking for Profit calculator. Don't worry, I'm going to share the page with you so you can go play with it yourself. But as you can see here, it says, exciting to share with you the speaking fees calculator that we custom built to help you determine the best place for you to begin negotiating for your speaking fees. And these are key words: begin negotiating for your speaking fees. Oftentimes we go into opportunities, and what we do is we start off with what we need instead of what we want. And the way you're going to use this calculator is really as a negotiation tool. So let's say you have a speaking contract coming up and you want to say, how much should I be charging? You should use this. Let's say that you're thinking about starting your speaking business and you're like, you know what? I just want to know how much I would get paid for my expertise if I was to go to these different events. You should use this. Let's say it's a free event, but you want to let them know how much you would charge if you weren't doing it for pro bono. You should use this, right? So this tool is going to be accessible for several people who are on their journey, whether you're just getting started, thinking about getting started, or have a business that you are ready to scale, right? So one of the first questions the calculator is going to ask you is how many talks you've done in your career to get a sense of your experience. So I'm just going to go through the questions and play with it, and then you'll kind of see the way that it'll give you some feedback. So let's say that I say, hey, I'm gonna be honest, right? My own, I've spoken 50 times. What industry do I primarily speak in? I primarily speak in corporate environments right now. And then it's going to ask you, is the presentation you're doing in person or virtual, right? Let's say it's in person, right? How many times will you be speaking at the event? Let's say that we'll be speaking once. And then it's going to ask you how much prep and customization will be required for this presentation. This is such an important question because sometimes we get speaking opportunities, y'all, where we only have to get a slide deck together that we've already done and change some logos, change some statistics. And then there's also some things that we have to build and custom build, and we want to charge more for that, right? So we have different options for that. So let's say it's all new material, right? Now, the next question is going to go into your travel experience and your accommodations, right? How much do you have to pay to get to the event? Is it the flight only, hotel only, ground transportation only, flight and hotel, flight, hotel, and ground transportation? Or are there no travel expenses, right? Because it's right up the street, or potentially maybe that's already going to be put into the speaking opportunity, right? So let's say we got to pay for everything, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the amount of emotional stress involved? This question was so important for me, y'all, when we were putting together this calculator, because I often work with people like you who are speaking about topics that are emotionally stressful, whether that's about your identity, your gender, your race, whether that's about your religion, whether that's about a political cause, whether that's just about negotiating strategies in the workplace on how to retain talent and not burn people out. All of this could be connected to some type of PTSD or trauma, I'm about to say drama at the organization, but trauma in your own life and experience. So you want to be able to think about that when you're coming up with your price. So let's say maybe, it's not super, but it's probably halfway there, right? Scale of 1 to 10, it's a 5. We're going to put that for this. And will you need additional support services for your talk? This is great to think about, right? Like, will you need any type of support? Do you need styling? Someone to come help you with like putting your outfit together? Do you need hair and makeup? Do you want a camera person to record the event? So let's say we need a little bit of all of that, right? We going big, y'all. Go big or go home. Going to put that in the comments, put that in the chat. Go big or go home, right? So we need all of the support we can get. And then this is a great question we wanted to make sure that we included about additional ways to make money at the event. And this is great because even if you're not thinking about it, I'm hoping that the calculator will remind you that there's other things and other ways that you can make money when you are speaking from a stage, right? So it asks you various things, right? Yes, the client may hire me again in the future. Yes, the client may hire me again and I can sell products and services from the stage. Yes, I can sell from the stage, but the client won't be able to hire me again. And you might already have that feedback. No, the client isn't in a position to hire me again. No, this is a one-off gig and I can't sell anything from the stage. So let's just say this opportunity is just a one-off gig, right? And then it's going to ask you your current job title. So I'm going to put in speaker, continue. And then it says, what is your current annual income? This is just us collecting some data. How long is your talk scheduled to be, right? How long are we going to be speaking? Let's say we're going to be doing a 65 to 90-minute talk. And then you're just going to put your information in. Great. Go to continue. Going to ask you about your pronouns because we're going to know how to address you, right? And then a best email for you. Always going to ask your email just in case you need give you more information. Bam. Right? So now it's calculating how much you should charge, right? So when it does that, it tells us that for this particular engagement, we should be charging $17,050, right? And this is our recommendation, right? And then what we have here, y'all, It's just, a video to tell you a little bit more about opportunities, but this is the fee. This is how much you should charge for that particular opportunity. I should be charging based off of my experience and all of that. Now, the great thing about this, y'all, we are considering your negotiation. Remember, we talked about that in the beginning when we started to use the calculator. So when we're thinking about your negotiation, you might ask for this, but maybe the company only has 10,000. At least you're asking for more. I always think to myself in the negotiation, let me ask for more so that just in case they don't have what I need, I can always scale down. But they might actually have this, which could be a great opportunity for you. So this is the calculator. I'm really excited for you all to try it and for you to go through and have your own experience with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing for now. And I want to give you an opportunity to get the link to the calculator. So to try out the Speaking for Profit fee calculator, you're going to go to speakingforprofit.com/speaking calculator. And let me just walk you through where you can also find it on our website, just in case, that's not coming up for you. I just want to show you where it is on the Speaking for Profit website so you can continue to go back and use it as a resource. This is a free resource, y'all, that we have created for you all in the speaking industry and giving you an opportunity to be able to really do it. So I see some awesomeness going in. Go big, go home. That's right. Go big. I love it. Thank you for this. I'm so excited to see the new calculator. Okay, great. I'm so happy that y'all are able to make it. Attention public speakers, coaches, and consultants. Ever dreamt of booking 5-figure speaking and consulting contracts? In just 5 days, I'm teaching my tried and tested system to elevate your speaking and consulting business. Forget the cold emails, bypass the salesy pitches. This challenge is about building genuine high-value connections. And here's a promise I have for you. With a commitment of just 1 to 2 hours a day for 5 days, you're going to witness transformative results. On day 1, you'll learn how to craft a business strategy without cold emails or paying to speak. Day 2 is all about you redefining your profile to attract decision makers ready to invest in your expertise. By day 3, you'll have your very own 5-figure sales system to turn contacts into clients. By day 4, we will have you automating your funnel with proven templates and scripts. And day 5, I'm going to teach you how to master the art of discovery calls with a step-by-step checklist and exclusive 5-figure sales secrets. Whether you're just stepping onto the speaking scene or you're a seasoned pro, this challenge is tailor-made for you. I'm going to teach you the exact strategies that have helped me help my clients make over $2 million in the last 2 years. The journey to a thriving 5-figure speaking and consulting business begins with this challenge. So are you ready to redefine your limits, accelerate your growth, and bask in the limelight of your success? I want you to join the 5 Days to 5-Figure Speaking Challenge now. Let's rewrite your success story together. Simply head over to speakingforprofit.com. You're going to click that button that says 5 Days to 5-Figure Speaking Gigs so you can get started with the challenge. Can't wait to see you there. All right, now back to the show. So let me share with y'all where it is on our Speaking for Profit website. So if you go to speakingforprofit.com right now, right, what you're going to do is you're going to see right here above, it says the speaker fees calculator. You click here and it takes you right over to the calculator page, right? So as simple as that, go to the speakingforprofit.com website. The first tab is the speaker fees calculator. You're going to click there and you should get started. So for everyone who has that, moment in your life and in your journey while you're speaking and consulting and you're like, how much should I be charging? Who what industry, depending on industry, this should be helpful for you to know what your bottom is and what you should be asking for. And depending on your experience, depending on the type of accommodations that you need, depending on the type of event it is, whether it's in person or virtual, it's going to give you a different number. And this will be helpful for you as you continue to build and grow your own speaking and consulting business, right? And what I want you all to know about this calculator in particular is I want you to share it widely. I want you to share it with as many people as possible, because one of the reasons why I created this calculator, y'all, is I have had an experience where I have undercharged for years. I probably could be a millionaire by now, to be honest with y'all, on the amount of times that I should have charged more and didn't. And I also know that from talking to thousands of people who aspire to be speakers, and even hundreds of people who are dedicated professional speakers, that pricing is one of the things that all of us get caught up on. So I established and founded Speaking for Profit University because I realized that there's a gap in the field. There's a gap when it comes to speakers of color, LGBT speakers, speakers with different abilities, speakers who are not aware of the game. We often don't charge enough. When we don't charge enough, y'all, not only is it a burden to ourselves, but oftentimes we don't get the contracts that we could. Imagine if someone's expecting for you to turn in a proposal for that $17,000 that we just put together on the calculator, and you turn in something that's $5,000. The organization and the event organizer will realize that you, right, will realize that you are unaware of the scope of work and unexperienced, and they won't go with you. I have clients who have put in proposals, and the one that got accepted was sometimes 10 to 15 times more than theirs. So we have to be aware that this is a career, y'all. This is a marketplace. Just because your church and your local community only wants to charge you $500 does not mean that that is the cost. There are actual costs that go with this. And for folks who have been following me for a while, I put a lot of content out to share with you what's going on in the speaking industry. The average speaker, professional speaker, is making $113,000 a year. This is a $1.3 billion industry. So when I tell you that the money is there, it's there, but you've got to go in strong with a strong proposal and a strong price and be able to negotiate it, right? If you are not already on our text message list, please join. I want you to text the word speak to 323-405-9492. What that's going to do is it's going to trigger my text message system to send you a training. That training is all about how to determine your price as a speaker, right? So the calculator will help you if you already have an opportunity, you're thinking about joining the field, but this training is going to break down what are the assets that you should have available in order to consider yourself an aspiring or professional speaker and make sure that you're able to acquire more paid opportunities. If you know that you can sit up here and get on this microphone or another one and you have the confidence to do it and you're not making money doing it, you're a disservice to yourself in the industry. So you got to get into it and get into your bag, right? So text the word speak to 323-405-9492. I'll add you to my text message list. Don't worry, I won't spam you. When the podcast comes out, I'll let you know. When we do free trainings just like this one, I'll let you know. Other than that, I will leave you alone. All right. And if you haven't already, go on and try the Speaking for Profit calculator. Just go over to speakingforprofit.com/speaking-calculator. It's going to bring it up for you, and you can see how much you should be charging for your next paid speaking opportunity. All right. I see a couple of things coming in the chat. I just ran a couple of my upcoming gigs through the calculator and I'm def undercharging. All right, Miss Jai. All right, Miss Jai. We need to go up on the cost. We need to go up on the cost. Facts. Facts. Period. Y'all. Facts. So I just want to thank you all for being here, and shouts out to my folks who are listening or have been watching on Instagram. I appreciate y'all as well. I know it's a little bit of a lag over there. One of my clients told me about that, but I just wanted to try to stream on Instagram and have a good time with that. But I wanted to give this to y'all. This is my gift to y'all who are dedicated in the industry, or for my beginners who are just getting started. I imagine that there's a world where you, the person who's just getting started, maybe in your 20s or maybe in a teenage speaker, where you can establish enough financial freedom where you can decide if you want to be a professional speaker for the rest of your life, or you can do it for the next 10 years, retire early, and do something else to really be able to commit and give back to the planet. So I hope that this calculator is something that really supports you and supports your growth. And I'm so thankful that y'all joined me today. Attention public speakers, coaches, and consultants. Ever dreamt of booking 5-figure speaking and consulting contracts? In just 5 days, I'm teaching my tried and tested system to elevate your speaking and consulting business. Forget the cold emails, bypass the salesy pitches. This challenge is about building genuine high-value connections. And here's a promise I have for you. With a commitment of just 1 to 2 hours a day for 5 days, you're going to witness transformative results. On day 1, you'll learn how to craft a business strategy without cold emails or paying to speak. Day 2 is all about you redefining your profile to attract decision makers ready to invest in your expertise. By day 3, you'll have your very own 5-figure sales system to turn contacts into clients. By day 4, we will have you automating your funnel with proven templates and scripts. And day 5, I'm going to teach you how to master the art of discovery calls with a step-by-step checklist and exclusive 5-figure sales secrets. Whether you're just stepping onto the speaking scene or you're a seasoned pro, this challenge is tailor-made for you. I'm going to teach you the exact strategies that have helped me help my clients make over $2 million in the last 2 years. The journey to a thriving 5-figure speaking consulting business begins with this challenge. So are you ready to redefine your limits, accelerate your growth, and bask in the limelight of your success? I want you to join the 5 Days to 5-Figure Speaking Challenge now. Let's rewrite your success story together. Simply head over to speakingforprofit.com. You're going to click that button that says 5 Days to 5-Figure Speaking Gigs so you can get started with the challenge. Can't wait to see you there. All right, now back to the show. So I will be back, y'all, next week, same time, if you want to come back for another one of our live trainings, and I can't wait to see you there. But please try out the calculator and do me a favor. Wherever we're connected, especially via text message, send me a text message and let me know how it's going. Like, how did it go? Like, did you use it? Did you secure a bag? Like, I would love to hear from you, right? To be able to support you. I like the idea of being able to compare both in-person and virtual options, have general idea of each. That's great. Yes, exactly. Right? The idea of being able to see what's the difference between those opportunities. The other thing, y'all, like once you join my text message list, it's again, the number's 323-405-9492. I want to hear back from you, feedback about the calculator, how it's going, but also what are additional questions you will want us to add to it. Because my plan is get this out to as many people as possible for the next probably 6 months. And then I would love to create a 2.0 version of this to be able to support you all even more. So if you have feedback, I am not the Erica Badu about this calculator. I am not sensitive. I want the feedback. Please go on and send it to me, right? Because I want to know. So for folks who want to send that feedback, you're just going to text me the word speak to 323-405-9492. And that will give us an opportunity to kind of go back and forth and for you to give me some feedback about the calculator. And what I'll do, y'all, this might even be helpful. Let me grab the link for y'all just so y'all have it. I'm just going to put it in the chat for anyone who might be a little bit more, needs some more support with getting access. But here's the calculator. I'll put it in the chat for everyone who's here live. I got to go walk my puppies, but it's been a pleasure to spend some time with y'all. Try out the calculator. Let me know how it works for you. And I hope you have an amazing day. I wish you abundance. I hope that you're able to use this and monetize so much financial freedom in your life. And I'm really thankful for y'all. All right. Until next time, good people. Peace.